that brings us very close to the end of this event. So I want to hand over to Dimitri, who hopefully should be with us listening in here. There you are, Dimitri. Delighted to have you on board. So I want to bring over to you and allow you to give us a few takeaways from what you gathered in today's event. Dimitri.
Yes, indeed. I hope you can see me and hear me well.
Absolutely.
Our purpose today was, I mean, for those who attend usually the focus sessions, our purpose today was slightly different compared to what we do usually. Usually we take one topic and then we do a deep dive. Today we wanted to cover a wider spectrum of, relevant topics related to the development of the target services. We started with Ulrich Binzeil, who reminded us, I think, mainly of our Vision 2020 delivery program. Again, we have three pillars there. The first one was delivered already in 2018. It was TIPS. That was a very successful launch, not only from the settlement of instant payments in euro, but also from the perspective of attracting other currencies. Since Easter this year, we are settling a third currency, which is a Danish krona. Before that, we onboarded the Swedish krona, and we are, of course, delighted that this is happening. And then, of course, Ulrich reminded us that there is that this naturally brings us to the ambition of supporting cross-currency settlement of instant payments. The second pillar of the Vision 2020 was the renewal of a large value payment system. So Target 2 became T2. This came together with the delivery of a central liquidity management module called CLM, and also with a higher degree of consolidation between T2, T2S, but also with other target services. And then the third pillar is in the area of collateral management. And it relates to the delivery of ECMS, for which you heard it from Irene, the Governing Council already confirmed the views from the Market Infrastructure Board that we can go live on the 16th of May. So the decision is taken, and so we go live on the 16th of May. Then we move to the more content topics. We heard from Sylvain that the IP regulation and also the related amendments to the SFD make it now possible to support the participation of non-bank PSPs to the target services. Sylvain gave us some insights on the relevant topics, policy topics, especially the ones related to the participation criteria, which need to be objective, risk-based, and also disclosed publicly. He also informed us, unfortunately, that due to the delayed transposition of the requirements, amendments to the SFD into the national legislation in some countries, the adoption of the amendments of the target guidelines have to be postponed from June initially to October 2025. Then we moved on to Karen with a focus on TIPS and on the work that we do in the fields of cross-border payments. Cross-border payments are, expected to grow significantly in the coming years, but they remain expensive and relatively slow on average. And then Karen reminded us of the G20 objectives and explained the work that we do to support those objectives. And concretely, we are developing a cross-currency capability first for the currencies that have onboarded TIPS. We call it intra-TIPS cross-currency, but not only. Beyond that, we have also been mandated by the Governing Council to explore the possibility of what we call platform-to-platform interlinking. And we are currently exploring UPI in India and also Nexus. Karen mentioned that, and I think that is very, very useful to know that there are other fast payment systems knocking at the door now. And of course, we will look into accommodating those requests. Then we had we continued with George and the very topical subject of shortening the security settlement cycle, the famous move to T+1. We heard that there is now a wide consensus on October 2027 being the right timing for switching from T+2 to T+1. George shared a bit on the governance and also on our contribution from the perspective of the T2S governance. And I think here the main message is that we must calibrate. It's important that we calibrate and that we manage to shape a good balance between the ambition and also the pragmatism to make sure that the move to T+1 is a success. And of course, we are working towards, respecting that balance. And last but not least, we covered with Irene the last developments on ECMS, with a focus obviously on the operational aspects. Again, we are now heading towards the go live on the 16th of June, sorry. And as you can imagine, the last weeks are very, very intense, not only on our side, I believe it's the case on all sides, to make sure that the remaining bits and pieces are in place for a successful launch in a few weeks now. We covered the operational day, an overview of the organizational setup, the very important topic of incident management, and also the communication flow that is in place to communicate with counterparties and with the market in general. And again, on ECMS, the main message is that we are now reaching really the last mile before the delivery, and that we are taking all necessary measures to secure a successful launch in actually 3 weeks from now. And to conclude, maybe a word on the attendance. We had a very good and steady attendance of, it's a bit lower now, but during the meeting or during the focus session, we had more than 550 people attending, and we are, of course, happy to see this continued very high interest in these focus sessions. A big thank to all speakers, Sylvain, Karen, George, and Irene. You did it very well. Thank you for that. And also a big thanks to the backstage team. Eileen, you have a team, a wonderful team that manages to do a very good organization for such events. And to the people attending, I hope that you found this session insightful. And of course, we'll be happy to welcome you in our future focus sessions. And it's probably now time for me to wish you first a good lunch and then a good afternoon. So back to you, Eileen, and thank you for your attendance.
Thank you, Dimitri. Been a very nice, exciting session indeed, very different than the normal ones. So thanks to everyone. We would just invite you all to give us your feedback. It's 30 seconds, just 2 clicks. So scan this code. It's the last QR code I'm going to show you today. Just scan it, give us your feedback so we can keep improving and do the sessions that are best fit for what you need. So thank you from our side as well. As the backstage team here, we were delighted to have you all on with us today. And as I said, the recordings, everything will be on the website later. But do the little QR code scanning here and give us your feedback, and then enjoy the lunch. Thank you, and goodbye from my side too.